there, beloved Ascension pioneers, beloved family of light and love. I wanted to do another nature video because apparently they're saying we're finally going to have some snow here, which is quite amazing because ever since I moved here, the winter was quite springish. So we had beautiful weather, and yesterday I had this longest run ever since I moved here. Probably was about 10-11 kilometers altogether, because I went all the way up there because we have like a mountain valley with the lake, and I just couldn't stop myself. It was so beautiful, although I was so hungry. And I knew that the way back will be a more challenging one. So, we can go forward, but then you're like, oh, then I have to, think about the return trip as well. But it was just something, you can't, it's just the heart telling you. So, something that you just need to follow through. And what I want to do today here in this video, and that's why I'm wearing my new necklace, because it has this highly vibrational crystal called Damberit, which I received as a gift, and I made it into a necklace finally, like a rainbow emanation from the Rainbow Bridge that we all are culminating and bringing forth together as one family. I wanted to do a light activation after a while, because yesterday I was thinking, wow, I haven't done one in a while, because I was pondering on exact the same spot, just sunbathing and loving Gaia and hugging her and just touching the ground and the floor because it's just so warm for winter. And I was just really excited and grateful for everything. And then I was thinking, wow, I didn't do that for a while. And I started remembering, in the evening I had a confirmation because I saw one video, which was like a light activation for this year, 2014. And I want to make something similar, but from my own soul and from my own space of awareness, because this year is bringing forth so much speed, and it's beginning this next month in February. Just today I wrote about this on my Facebook page, because we're entering a year of the horse, which is just rushing through the landscape and marching on, and there's going to be lots of integrity with that, which means that the veils of the illusions will be dissipating and dissolving, which was also our Ascension message for the year, if you remember, if you were tuning into my Facebook message for the year. And there's just so much happening, and our third eye is becoming more in sync with the heart. A lot of people are either developing one area or the other, but why so many people are still not seeing the illusions that they're being shown through many, not just the New Age movement, just like everywhere around, there's people presenting themselves for something they're not. There's a lot of inauthenticity still. Just this week, this beautiful woman wrote to me, and she said that she's aware of the presence within my own audience of a lot of people like that, and even some with malicious intent. But it's just how it is, people are choosing their own journeys. You can't do anything about it, and except empowering yourself. But I just want to say the only solution for everything is freeing ourselves up. It's just freeing ourselves. So this means that we become more and more aligned with our soul. And when I talk about the energy of the year, it's always about the opportunities for expansion, and we need to take care that we are aligned with that. So we need to be aligned with the new from within. And this last week of this month, we're going to have a lot of preparation still, because we're decluttering a lot of that old. And then everything will happen at once. The new moon in Aquarius, which is pure freedom and the expansion of thinking and being in general. And there's going to be Venus moving back direct, and the year of the horse will begin. So it's just like a lot of energy rushing through. And I was even looking some of the topics, some guidelines, and the themes for astrology were very much the same. So there's a lot of intensity and speed, and we need to be prepared. So I wanted to do like a short activation, just like put a focused intent. And it's never about how you do it, like whether you close your eyes or not, whether you're sitting up straight or not, or lying down. It's what matters is our presence. This is always the crucial thing here. And with the focused presence, you really feel something. And when you feel it, you're already making it your reality. And a lot of people are still saying, well, I'm being really challenged, it's so hard. But the only aspect of hard is there when we're resisting the flow. And when it's hard for you, you kind of finally eventually have to see that there's something out of alignment there. And we can bring ourselves into alignment so easily. Yesterday I was doing a reading for someone, and something that came through was the sound of the soul. Our souls each have a unique pattern and frequency that is, at first, it's the sound. And a lot of times when we feel out of attunement, we don't always have to seek answers outside of us. What we can do is, we can move within, we can take a few deep breaths, or just connect with that sacred space within and ask our soul to channel through us the sort of sound alignment that we need at this moment to align us more with the frequency, because in truth we're just pure frequency. And trust me, the more that you will be aligned with yourself, the more that you will also see all that is not authentic around you. And you'll just know it. Even though people might call you crazy and they might not agree with you, you will know, because you will merge the seeing of your third eye with your heart. A lot of people who only feel with their heart, they're still naive. A lot of people who only see with the third eye are seeing things not always through love. So what we need to do is we merge both centers, and then we also connect them with the crown. So we have this trinity, and then this trinity, when it's fully activated, it opens us up to the higher heart activation and to the activation within our higher chakra system. I was talking about that since last year, the beginning of last year, and this is so very important for our journey. But what I want to do now is just a quick moving into this energy, because a lot of focus, like I mentioned already, is going to be needed this year. There's still a lot of energies coming in that are not authentic, or maybe people coming in and you're just wanting attention still. You know, in my world, because there's so many people around, this happens often. And I'm not talking about the people who write to you, you know, connect with you to express gratitude and words of wisdom or share their own experiences, but the people who constantly want something from you, your attention, you know, they just don't stop. Even though you're saying, okay, I've shared this with you, now, you know, I gotta move on. And it's just, you know, you also can experience this in your life, and you probably do, because we're all just continuously realigning ourselves with that greater part of us, with that greater soul essence that it just speaks on its own, has its own will. You know, the soul knows what it wants through the heart. And the third eye will see things clearly, and then the heart will need to be utilized and connected through the crown, and we will know. So this is the focus that I'm talking about for this year, and this is what we need to reach that level of inner wisdom, to know what is worthy of our attention and what maybe is just not authentic enough to have our intention and devotion. So we need to really be aligned, because you know, so many times we're dealing with what other people are doing. Oh, look at, they're doing this and that, or, you know, they shouldn't. One thing is to have an experience about it and, you know, to teach you something, but the other is to obsess over it and just forget it. It doesn't matter anymore, because there's two paradigms literally coexisting right now on our planet. The old is getting very old, when the new is getting also very blissful at the same time, for those who are tuning in through just, you know, decluttering and entering this space of the true richness of soul being, of beingness. And at the same time we're acting from that, not from the mind and the old paradigm. So it is coexisting, but you know, we're not feeding the old by staying in the new, being aware of the old, being aware. You know, without awareness you can't shift anyway. But then really letting it go, it doesn't matter. For what we want to do, focus on what you want to do this year to make a co-creation on this beautiful planet that is really rich and unique in experience and in beingness, that will bring forth something new. So okay, I want us to be really aligned this year. I mean, not want us, but I want to contribute with this activation to help with this for those who really want to step into it. And don't forget, you already have this within you. I'm not saying something new or extravagant, or you know, it's not that I, you know, overreact in my Ascension experiences. I take them as a very grounded experience, and I want you to know that there's nothing else. This is all within you already. So when I'm bringing that forth, I'm just reminding you as always. So if we want, and if you don't, that's fine too, you can close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And we already have the sound, you know, contributing. This is the water. This represents the great flow. And with a deep breath, we will just focus on the intensity of this year, and we will align it with our own inner intensity, and we will deeply feel and know that they're one. Beloved one, please know that whatever kind of the intensity is being spoken about or shared about, written about, there is a lot of information, right, and not all of it is right that is outside available to us now. So that's why tuning in with the heart and the third and the crown will bring a deeper sense of merge and understanding. So you'll continuously be asked to enter that space. And it is very important to find that sacred space where you can commune with your soul, where you can find inner integrity through purity and grace of the divine self that is always you. So what we want to do is we want to bring the focus that whatever kind of year we wish to create, it will be our own creation. We are the ones who are governing our space. We are the ones who are deciding on the frequency, the pace that we want to go with. Let us not fall for the illusions of the external world anymore. Let us create our world from within our own soul essences. So what we want to do, because it is a year of the horse in Chinese traditional archetypes, we can imagine a beautiful white horse that is actually, because it's white, it's pure, it's almost enlightened. And we gather its wisdom and we make it, because it is, also our own inner wisdom. And we ask this beautiful white horse what it wants to share with us this year, because it has a lot of attributes that we can benefit from through our own inner center. And we can always come back to that centeredness. And this beautiful horse of purity is saying to us that it has a lot of beautiful qualities to share with us, because it's an archetype that we also possess within us. It has integrity. It has that sense of graceful pride, not the egoic pride, but a sense of standing in our firm rightfulness, in our truth. But also the freedom to gallop to whatever sorts of reality we wish to create. Decisiveness, affirmative action, loyalty and companionship, and also great travels beyond the expanded horizons of our current now. This and many more gifts that you can also imagine within your own heart space, that will fill your own heart space when you tune into that. This can all fill your life at this year and make you richer from within you. Because the soul is the feminine part of creation, the soul is infinitely expanding, while your I am present is the spirit, the masculine type of perfection of the divine that is always eternal, that always is as it is within the great I am, the I am that I am. So let us just take one more breath with this understanding, to be in the peace and the middle path and the balance, and that we can cope, because we're not coping it in a way that it's an external thing, but we cope with things through the deep understanding that we're actually co-creating with them. So whatever comes into our reality, we are choosing. We want it so. And now let us, at this time and space, focus on what we wish to bring, and remember, it's not just a yearly frequency, it is always in the now. Every day you start anew. Every day we are born anew. So let us breathe this knowing within us. Let us decree that we are always centered, no matter what, because we are the co-creators and we are never a victim. This is no longer a part of our new paradigm. This is the old paradigm. And if it's still repeating, let us ask ourselves only that question of why. And then move on into the new awareness that is presented to us. Let us know that there is no advancement or healing or moving forward without awareness first, because it is awareness that births forth all of the new and all of the life in creation. So as we breathe this deeply, we imagine how focused we are, how centered we are, and how co-creative we are, and that all the resources are within us. We want this year to be really vigilant, and we want to be in our clear space of observation, and we want to see beyond the veils, and we want to pass all of our spirit initiations so we can move beyond all these veils and see through great divine clarity of the prism of the Creator and the creation itself. And through that purity we wish to birth the new life and the new paradigm, each in our own beautiful way. So now let us just imagine how this beautiful light of awareness of this year in the now moment is entering our crown chakra, and how it's coming from our higher chakra system, illuminating our crown, coming down into our third eye. So it's impeding our pure, crystalline, visionary sight, so that it invokes the marks of our seership, so that we're visionaries with impurity, a the divine mind and intellect. And then it moves on down to our heart center, where all these Trinity aspects connect into one point of awareness, of heart-based cosmic intelligence. So we have birthed this through us. We have allowed ourselves to hold the space for this energy, so that we are aware, that we are vigilant, that we're discerning, and that we're master of ourselves through the great focus and clarity. And now what we want to do is, because this energy is always available to us, we want to send it to every cell of our being, so that we don't reprogram, because this is again another set of programming, but we just unprogram anything that still has the old paradigm template in it, even if it's just one tiny percentage. And we send this beautiful freedom patterning of divine light, of this white light that is culminating within us. We send this prism through every aspect of every cell, fully cleared, fully prepared, fully integrated in our physical vehicle, so that we become this master self in the body. And without any excuses, agendas, attachments, programs, beliefs, thought patterns of the old paradigm. Without any of this, there's just a beautiful sense of the clean slate and who we are in truth. And now we just feel how this has entered every cell in our body matrix. And we feel whole and complete. And through that, we're already assisting by showing the way to others, so that this energy is available to everybody, so that we actually radiate it out in all ways and always. So send it through each day of this year, through each month, by not programming yourself, but just staying in alignment. And the alignment with your soul is all that we need. For therefore, if we are aligned, we're always where we need to be. And everything is always perfect. And so it is, and so be it. Okay, my beloved ones, what you can do, you can always, when you're doing such inner alignments, you can call in the highest of energies, like the Mahatma pool of energy of all the great ones. This was established back in Atlantis at the Golden Age, and it's still available to us now because we have increased our frequency enough and we're tuning into it. You can call the sacred violet fire, you can call your higher self, which is always the connection with your I am presence, your inner Christ light, the golden light of the Christ ray, and all the other energies. And there's a lot of ET connections now. They're constantly messaging us. So make all the connections you can, and there's so much assistance. And this is just something I wanted to do real short. My camera is probably gonna die right now, if it hasn't already, I don't know. So it's getting a bit chillier, so I'm gonna have to say goodbye for now. I hope you enjoyed this. May it assist you in your beautiful journey of soul alignment and expansion. So take care. Do radiate that out.